they got this thing because there is a difference between somebody who's just it's a hobbyist, somebody just taking pictures, and then somebody who actually calls herself a photographer, or somebody who calls herself a professional photographer. When is the time where you feel like you can now call yourself a photographer or a professional photographer?
I can't remember who told me this. It might have been one of my mentors, but he was basically saying that everybody gets to the skill of professionalism at some point in their photography journey, career, whatever you want to call it. But he was also saying, and I agreed, that's like being a quote unquote professional photographer is somebody that's doing it also for profit. So you can be a hobbyist and you can be a professional photographer. But I feel like at a certain point, that doesn't dictate the skill of it. You can be the best photographer out there and just be like, I just like taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you put in the title on there, professional photographer, that's because you are trying to do this as like a career, or if not full time, working towards being full time. Like you're making money from your camera, like your camera is paying the bills. So that's how I look at it as a professional. I don't really count specifically in photography, professional meaning like a stature. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and that's it's so crazy because actually, if you look it up by definition, it's somebody if photography accounts for I think about 40% of your income, then you're considered a professional photographer or something like that. I don't know. I actually it's something that we looked at a long time ago. I was like, yeah, whatever. But I don't know, man. Like my thing about it is that I didn't want to be in that bracket or have that professional or call myself a professional photography until I had the skill. Right. Until I had the skill set in almost every facet of photography. It don't matter where I went, who I shot, when I shot them, where I shot them, what I was shooting with, until I was able to almost master all of those areas. I did not consider myself a professional photographer, because that means if somebody can come to me and ask me to take a picture of something somewhere, whatever, and I can or cannot do it, I would not consider myself a professional. If they came to me and was like, hey, can you, I'm doing a wedding proposal at 9:00 at night on this nice lit bridge. Think you can take that picture? Think you can get the picture for me? Well, probably some of them probably not, because or the picture's gonna be grainy because you don't know how to shoot at night. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to do a sunset shoot, but you don't know how to shoot in the morning. Well, you need flash. Well, you don't know how to shoot with that flash. You don't know how to shoot with natural light. You don't know how to do. I didn't want to be that guy who could not take a picture anytime, anywhere, any day, anything. And it don't matter whether it was models or maternity or newborn or events or weddings or whatever the case may be. Until I was able to master or get really, really, really good at anything, it don't matter, it was studio, on location, I did not consider, I didn't feel like I was a professional until I was so versed and well-rounded. So kind of, yeah, that's just the way that was just my mindset and the way I looked at it. But I definitely do see a lot of people out here, exactly what you said.
That's true. And I just feel like you said, like being versatile, I totally agree, because you do have to be able to do multiple things, and you can be a professional and you can be a specialist. It's like being in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like you right, see, you're touching on bases, right? You can specialize in something, or you can just be in the military, I guess. You know what I mean? But it's like specialists get paid more money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can handle more things. The specialists can handle everything that, the average or the baseline of being a professional can handle. But it's just like, I agree, where it's like, I think a hobbyist can be just as good as a professional, but they legit might not want to be compensated for that with money. Like, I don't know if you heard of that story. It's just a lady. She died, and it was like maybe like 5 years ago at this point or something. And her parents, her family never knew she took photos until they went into her house after she died.
Oh, wow.
And she had all of these amazing film photos, and nobody knew she was a photographer. But the quality was definitely a professional photographer. But she was just a hobbyist. She didn't do it for anybody but her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But, yeah, so if somebody were to look at her work like, wow, this is a professional. But like on like the profession side of being a professional, she wasn't. She was just a hobbyist.
Hey, you made it. Now, want to join the Underexposed family? Become an official member right now by hitting that subscribe button, because you never know who I'm going to have on this show. Well, we talk about everything photography. So what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. I mean, where else you going to find a photography channel this exciting? So, let's go. You just never know. Might even be talking about you next time.
Hey, yo, Brandon, what's poppin', boy? Underexposed podcast. That's what I'm saying. That's what I heard. You already know what it is. Let's get it.